Hi, today is day 9 of the 30-day video challenge, and I wanted to circle back around to the dignity principles, which I mentioned a few days ago, but they were without any context whatsoever. And so I wanted to provide my story as the context, because the reason why the dignity principles have so much meaning for me is because really, in some ways, I feel like it feels so dramatic, like yesterday talking about not being listened to is a mortal wound, but in some ways I don't feel like I was given my dignity, or how do you talk about that? Your dignity was taken away, your dignity was diminished. I think that's the closest thing. My dignity was diminished. So the dignity principles are voice, choice, value, and acceptance. And so when each of us as a human being has voice, choice, a sense of value, and a sense of being accepted, we experience that as maintaining our dignity, feeling our dignity, being treated with dignity. And so this connects back to yesterday's conversation about not feeling listened to, being talked over by my dad, and that really diminished my voice. And I was thinking today that it really diminished my value. I didn't feel valuable, worth listening to. And it also ties into that idea when my dad would say, "I know what's best for you." So that was another place where it was both, my voice and my value, but, also my choice. I didn't have any choice in the matter. It was just going to be what he thought was best. And, so I never felt like I had a choice. Not never is too dramatic, but quite frequently enough for me to land at feeling, like my dignity was diminished. Never his intention. I'm sure he would just probably weep at this video. But that's what happened. I know he was doing his best, and that's still what happened. So that's why the dignity principles are so important to me, and why I want to help people, any people, individuals, teams, I don't care, experience and reclaim and listen to and discover and unearth their voice, their choice, their value, and to be accepted, because I didn't really feel accepted either. But that's a whole other story for tomorrow, about a couple of layers that go into why I didn't feel accepted. So anyway, I hope you'll join me tomorrow, and thank you guys for watching these every day. It really means a lot to me. So even though I'm speaking to a blinking red light here in my office, I do imagine that I'm speaking to each of you. So I'll speak with you tomorrow. Bye.